Good evening, Blue Jay fans, and welcome to an earlier than expected start time here in Bondurant between the visiting Carlisle Wildcats and your Bondurant for our Blue Jays. A little early kickoff because of potential weather coming in. Chad Carlson here with Patrick Meyer. How are you doing, Chad?
Doing great. It's nice to get an early start to the weekend, and hopefully we can get everybody home safe tonight.
Yeah, maybe a little delay, I think, on some of that bad weather. So hopefully that part's right because you never know with weather, man.
Right.
But we're going to get the varsity games in. The undercards have been canceled for tonight, and just the varsity action. So as we get ready for girls action, we're looking at a Blue Jay team who is 2-2 overall, 1-1 in conference. You're looking at some strong showing from some returning starters. We've had a freshman kind of step up here, Kaylee Hansen. We're going to be without her tonight, though, unfortunately. But Erica Lyle be a big part of trying to control the paint and getting those rebounds here for the Blue Jays and keeping us in the game. What are you looking for keys to the game tonight?
Well, I think for our girls, the one key I'm looking for is, they're off to a 2-2 start, and I think it's the consistency thing. Playing 4 strong quarters. We saw the other night against Winterset, just a terrible start to the game, a rough first quarter. They got down by 18 points, and they just kind of had to climb that hill all night, and they never let the lead really get any larger than that, and they didn't really get any closer, but they played even after that. So Carlisle has a really, really strong player, we know, in Macy Comito, and they're just going to have to do a good job defensively against her and then find a way to score the basketball.
Yeah, Comito's Iowa State commit, is that right?
That's how I understand it.
Okay.
Yep, I'm getting a thumbs up from our producer-director, Mr. Blue Jay Digital himself.
All right, so as we look at starting lineups, first for the visiting Wildcats, a little different starting lineup than what they've had in the past. Starting number 1, freshman Cammie Clark. Senior number 11, Maddie Fisher. Senior number 15, Brooke White. Senior number 20, Natalie Ramsey. And junior number 23, Macy Comito. For your Blue Jays, the usual suspects at guard, senior number 2, Aubrey Haynes. At guard, junior number 5, Morgan Muller. At guard, sophomore number 10, Tiara Bergeron. At forward, junior number 23, Addison Brown. And at center, senior number 33, Erica Lyle. Yeah, anytime you get Raccoon River Conference action, it gets a little bit exciting. But we'll kick this off with the national anthem still, and we'll be back for the start of the game. All right, so as we get ready for action, I'm a little surprised by the Wildcat starting lineup as, Cammie Clark, I don't believe has started a game yet, a freshman, so she might have just earned her way into it. But they had 4 starters that had started both of the first 2 games, and one of those isn't starting, and so I don't know if maybe they're out a couple. You could have, any type of sicknesses or any of that. So
Could be an injury. It could be that somebody's just earned their way into a starting position, too, based on – you get into you start practice and you have a pretty good idea as a coaching staff who your starters are going to be. But as those weeks go on and people emerge, we saw that with Kaylee Hansen not going to play tonight. She could easily work her way into the starting lineup potentially. So we'll just see a big rivalry game tonight.
Carlisle gets the opening tip into the hands of Maddie Fisher. Now to Comito. We'll see. It looks like maybe Morgan Muller's starting off with the opportunity to guard Comito. That's probably what you expected.
Well, I think we're in a 2-3 zone, and I think we're going to hedge hard towards Comito. Everybody's going to know where she is and where she's going.
Working the ball around the outside. Ramsey over to Comito. I don't know which Wildcat player that was intended for. It went right through them both, but Blue Jays end up with it. Haynes ahead to Muller. Haynes in the corner for three. Just off. Loose ball going to be tracked down by Morgan Muller. And we're going to get a jump ball. Comito slaps that one away.
Carlisle also coming out in a 2-3 zone, so we'll see if both teams kind of stick to that strategy or if they both mix things up a little bit.
Get you a little louder.
All
Haynes
right.
pulls up for three. No good. Rebound this time. Fisher, we're going to get a jump ball.
I'm just more soft-spoken than you, Patrick, I think.
I mean, if you move the microphone far enough away from your face, it makes you real quiet. We saw Haynes pull up maybe a few more times from the corner three last, was that Tuesday?
Yeah.
And, had maybe mixed results, but the shots looked really good. Just, some of them fell, some of them didn't. So Comito up short. Rebound Muller again.
Real good contest on the shot there, and that's that's the best you can do is contest strong, get a hand in her face, and then box everybody else out.
Muller for three off the rim. And Bergeron ends up with the rebound out to Haynes. Haynes for three. Oh, just off. Like they're really close,
They're
just
on.
not
They're
quite
right on.
falling. Yeah. You just need one of them to drop, and that might be all the momentum you need. Fisher with the pass into, that's number 15, Brooke White, who is fouled. The foul is going to be on Addison Brown. That's her first. Will be something worth noting, as we've seen Kaylee pick up a lot more minutes, how foul trouble would impact that. But first one is good for Brooke White. Second shot for White, up and good.
There's Carlisle with some pressure.
And Clark ends up with the steal. Muller comes in, ties it up. They go down hard. It's going to be a jump ball.
Morgan had a little look of surprise on her face,
Yep.
like, how dare she throw me to the ground like that? But Morgan, she's scrappy. She's not going to back down.
Haynes cross court to Brown. Tried to feed Bergeron in the paint, knocked away by Ramsey. Comito now bring it up court. Kick out, now back inside. Loose ball stolen away by Haynes. Haynes ahead to Brown. Comito is going to get called for the foul. Good closing speed by her. Definitely going to need to be a little crisper with passes because she's looking to get one of those.
Yeah, both teams really struggling with the turnovers right now against zone, pressure looks, and just not taking care of the basketball. So maybe it's the early start.
Haynes just off with that three again. They look good. Ramsey back into Comito. Backdoor cut from Maddie Fisher for two.
Yeah, really nice job by Comito. She drove three defenders there and made that dish to the wide open teammate.
Bergeron has it knocked away. I think they're going to get Brooke White on the foul for the reach in. And Wildcats are going to make a few changes. You got number 21, Olivia Freeman in. Number 2, Mally Stoner in. And number 42, Ella Smith in. Brown to Haynes. Haynes now, pump fake 2, in.
Good job by Aubrey, drawing the defense out and going right around for the little mid-range.
Oh, nice cut inside, back out to Smith. Haynes gets the steal. Now to Muller. Pulls it back out, slows it down, gets the offense set. Haynes for a deeper three this time, just off the rim again. Bergeron fighting for it. It's going to be out of bounds. We're going to get number 32, Tenley Freed, in for the Jays.
Yeah, and maybe Tenley can give some of that offense that Kaylee Hansen had been providing here in the last few games. And Tenley's looked good and has made a couple of three-point buckets on the year and getting used to wearing those varsity shoes here as a ninth grader.
That foul is going to be called on Bergeron, her first. And we're going to get Lydia Martin in for Bergeron. About halfway through this first quarter. Comito over to Freeman. Now out top to Clark. Smith, double teamed, gets the ball off to Clark. Roll no good, and I think that's going to be out on Freed.
Watch for Comito coming back in. Some type of action for her on the inbound play here.
Out top, a little high to Stoner. And Moeller picks it up and is blocked by Stoner. Going to be out of bounds, staying with the Blue Jays. I think there was a little confusion on whether the Wildcat could pick up that ball or not.
Yep, you're right. Stoner was not aware that she could go into the backcourt and grab that ball without a backcourt violation. Any inbound play in the front court can be touched in the backcourt.
Might also just be that she didn't know where she first made contact with it. You're running head up and not necessarily looking for a line. Moeller around the outside. Hands off Brown. Tried to get across court. The length is an issue and stolen away by the Wildcats. Comito now with it. Over to Smith. Back out to Clark. Back to Comito. Not sure what the range is. She looked like she maybe thought about that one 4 feet behind the line. Clark tries to feed it inside. Loose ball picked up by Smith. Now back out top to Clark for three. Off the rim, no good. Addie Brown rebound. And immediately tied up. Tried to rip the ball away. Loose ball into the hands of Martin. She goes for the drive and is fouled by Cammie Clark. What do you think of that action over there? You think there should have been anything, or is that just kind of a...
just kind of the circumstance.
It's a tough one because, like, you...
I think everybody was a little out of control there and not playing under control, and that's kind of just the nature of what we've seen in this game so far.
Lydia Martin makes the first free throw, checking in for the Blue Jays, Bergeron and Lyle. Brown and Haynes to the bench. Martin's second one is good as well, 2 for 2 from the line.
Yeah, sometimes when players aren't in a good rhythm, officials have a hard time getting into that good rhythm too, and just not knowing what to call.
Smith with the drive, kick out. Tipped away by Bergeron. Bergeron comes away with it ahead to Martin. Martin, shot up, no good, loose ball, rebound. Going to be a rebound by Olivia Freeman and a foul
on
Martin. We're going to get Claire Meislin in for Morgan Muller. We're going to get Taylor Thomas in for the Wildcats, checking in for Cammie Clark. Both teams kind of fast and furious with substitutions.
Both coaching staffs just looking for some combinations that can find some success out there on the floor.
Freeman back out to Comito. Comito pull up two, no roll, loose ball, and into the hands of Stoner, up, no good on the shot, but they're going to get freed on the foul.
Yeah, that's just a wrong place at the wrong time, and
good job creating contact there by Stoner.
Blue Jays are following their defensive assignment, and that's just nowhere number 23 is on the floor. I mean, that's obvious. They're doing a great job. Macy Comito's found some open teammates from time to time to make the Blue Jays pay, but she's not.
Good play by Bergeron, throwing it off the Wildcat Smith. Didn't need to beat her, just needed to make it off her. Bergeron going to bring it up court now. with both Haynes and Muller on the bench. Comito with those long arms steals that away. Going ahead, Freeman blocked by Lyle, and maybe. Looked like the ball part was clean. I don't know if there was a lower half.
I did not realize there was a foul called there.
Ooh. Oh, you thought it was just the whistle for out of bounds.
I just thought it was a whistle for out of bounds.
Yeah.
Goodness.
I said the top half looked really clean. I don't know if there was something with the body that we didn't see well, but Freeman to the line, makes her first. Checking in now for the Wildcats, Logan Brown. And for the Blue Jays, Lyle is back in. Freeman hits them both. Free throws are going well for both teams so far. Berggren drives. Kick out Haynes. Gets it into Lyle. And that's a double dribble. Yep. That's a good call. Comito over to Freeman. Cross court Smith. Back into Freeman. And Lyle with the defense on that. And that, I don't know if that was all ball. They're kind of letting a lot of things go right now. Mislin with the ball. Freed for three. Freed, pointer.
Good looking stroke out there from the freshman. Shot it in rhythm. Nothing forced there. Squared up and let it rip.
Comito for a deeper three. She hits it. Haynes now using that Lyle screen. Now feeds it back to Lyle. Just out of the reach. Haynes is able to get it back. Ball into Lyle. Lyle up with it. I think blocked by Comito. And we're going to get a foul. We'll see if it's on Freed or Lyle. I think that's a 3-2. That's hard to tell from the angle he had. 33. So they called that one on Lyle.
Her second, which we're going to have to find some depth in that front court tonight if she stays in foul trouble.
Comito, first one up and good. Muller and Brown back in for the Jays. Clark back in along with Kira Fisk for the Wildcats. Second one is no good. Loose ball into the hands of the Wildcats around the outside. Three-point attempt is no good from Thomas. Rebound, Addison Brown. Haynes to Brown at the free throw line. Out to Berggren. Berggren drives. Kick out. Brown for two. Off the front of the rim. No good. Comito rebound.
That's good offense. You can live with that as a coach. Dribble penetration. Kick out to an open shooter.
Clark passes up the three. Layup is good.
Good
Shot clock is off.
Good look there from the freshman.
Muller for three. Off the front of the rim. Rebound, Fisk. Ahead to Clark. Clark goes up underneath. Berggren commits the foul and barely out on the ball. Second on Berggren. And that'll be two shots regardless.
Clark looks real good running the floor there. Good receiver of the basketball. Got that ball up to the rim. Had a chance to go in.
A little quick with the free throw attempt there. Lydia Martin checking in for the Jays. Berggren going to go to the bench for the last 21 seconds.
That's two on Tierra.
Yeah. Clark hits the second. Did Comito steal the inbound pass? I missed that already as I was writing that down. Okay. Probably got to be aware of where she is on defense, too. Thomas for three, off the rim, no good. Fisk with the rebound. Actually, Addison Brown ended up with it and is fouled by number 50, Logan Brown, her first. Only the fourth team foul.
Carlisle is contesting every rebound, even if it ends up in the hands of a Blue Jay. They're grabbing at that basketball, trying to get a turnover. It is not a bonus situation, so they're going to.
No, it's only 4.
Inbound it underneath. We'll see if Carlisle extends their pressure here. And they are. A little 1-2-2 odd front look.
2 seconds on the clock. That's going to be no good. And we're going to go to the end of the first quarter. Wildcats leading 13-7. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsor, Jeff Meisland with Principal Financial. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. Feel free to reach out or email for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, 515-246-4057 or meisland.jeff@principal.com. We want to thank Jeff for sponsoring the basketball broadcast and just being a great part of our Blue Jay Digital squad here. As you can see, we're getting a little louder up in here as the pep band is showing up.
They're here. Yeah. Thanks, Jeff. I've got Carlisle 6 of 10 from the free throw line. That's, when you're on pace to shoot 40 free throws, that's concerning on the Blue Jay side of things. Already 2 players with 2 personal fouls. You're a little depleted on the bench tonight, so really going to have to move the feet, keep hands off, try not to foul people shooting the basketball. And other than that, Carlisle has 3 field goals. You can live with that. Macy Comito with just 4 points on the night. You can live with that. And you're only down 6 points here in the first half. You're in the game.
And we've gotten some good shots. They just, some of them look like they're almost about to fall, so it could change in a hurry with a few of those. Clark hitting the cutter. Comito ends up with it. Loose ball. Loose ball again, and they're going to get Brown on the foul. That's a tough one because he was just hustling after a loose ball. Doesn't feel great after it either, it looks like.
She's hurting.
Sarah Moss will come out to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, maybe a back or a hip. Just kind of collided awkwardly. Hopefully something she can shake off and get herself back in.
Addie criticized that I was talking about her in soccer, but it's because she plays with a little bit of, positive chaos. And, you saw sometimes that also results in contact that's uncomfortable.
Yep.
And that shot is up and going to be a foul this time on Bergeron. So her 3rd. 2 shots here for Fisher. First one up is long, no good. And now Libby Weston is going to check in for Tierra. Weston making her first appearance of the game. Second shot pending for Fisher, up and is good. Moeller bringing it up court now. Working around that screen from Lyle, out to Haynes.
Now Carlisle's in a man-to-man.
Haynes still with it, over to Weston. Little too close to Comito. Into the corner now, back out top. Clark with it again. Comito on the near side. Clark kicks it out. Ramsey pump fake into Fisher. Fisher and going to get called for the double dribble. She thought she was getting the foul call.
Yeah, that was really a good possession for Carlisle offensively, other than they didn't get a shot up. They moved the ball well. They shifted the defense, but the Blue Jays get the benefit of the doubt on the call.
Moeller with the ball. And shuffles the feet a little bit as she picked it back up.
She kind of nodded the head like, yeah, that didn't feel right with the feet.
Comito brings it up court over to Ramsey. Tried to get it back into Comito. Haynes with the steal. Ahead to Martin. Martin, kick out. Haynes for 3. Off the rim, no good. Morgan Muller not quite able to secure the rebound. Wildcats with it now. Out top to Ramsey. Ramsey over to Clark. Into Clark now with Lyle on her. Kick out. Over to Ramsey for 3. Going to be off. And Comito trying to chase it down. Goes behind the back. Gets it to Clark. Clark into the paint to Ramsey. That probably looked like steps to me, but not to the official. Fisher up with it, and we're going to get a jump ball. Libby Weston ties that one up.
Nice job by Libby.
Wildcats going to bring in Ella Smith. Maddie Fisher to the bench. Lydia Martin, Aubrey Haynes, Morgan Muller, Erica Lyle, and Libby Weston on the court for the Jays. Haynes with it to Lyle at the free throw line. To Muller. Muller drives up and no good. Gets her own rebound. Out to Martin. Muller back with it. Pump fake on Clark. Drives. Clark has a height advantage there, so it's going to be tough to get that shot off. Haynes now with it. Muller setting the screen on Comito, and we're going to get a mover with it. Yep.
And that's both the ball handler and the screener's fault there. You got to let that screen get set before you start your dribble move, and you got to stay set as the screener. So a little bit of fault for both there. Something to work on in practice. Something to shore up a little bit. Because I like the screen and roll game because it gave us a couple of shot opportunities there.
Stoner out top to Smith.
There was a
over
travel
to Clark, off Martin's face. Back to Martin now. Drive, layup is up and good. Oh, Finley McDowell checked in for the Blue Jays. I missed that one. Stoner for 3. That's good. Works off the screen.
Comito with
Yep, Comito with. McDowell over with the ball back to Lyle. Now to Haynes. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Lyle over to Weston now. 10 seconds. Martin. Comito takes that one away. Tries to feed Stoner, but a little too far ahead. We're going to get Freed checking in for the Jays. She's going to come in for Lyle.
I think Comito knows that there's probably a lot of passes she makes that sometimes her teammates can't catch, but that's probably one right there that was not catchable by about any teammate imaginable.
We're going to get timeout Jays or timeout Wildcats. Which way did that go?
They have not pointed yet. They pointed at the Bondurant bench. 30 seconds. My
thought was it should have been ours since we had the ball already, but it was a little slow on the call. So probably story of it so far has been foul trouble for the Jays as we have both Lyle and Addison Brown with 2 and Bergeron with 3. So we're gonna see a little more of that depth early, and really we've already seen it. Finley McDowell checking in, so we've had 2 freshmen in there, and really I think maybe all but one player that's eligible to play tonight's been in the game already.
Yeah, and without the sub-varsity stuff, you don't have to worry about quarter limits. You can just let everybody in that needs to go in, and if you have foul trouble tonight, then I guess that's the benefit of that. Because typically if you play in a JV or a freshman game, you only have 6 quarters in one night. So without those sub-varsity games, there's no concern with that.
Smith steps in front of that pass. Maybe a little early on. It wasn't really a set position yet to try to feed that. Camito, pull back three. It's good.
Her third three of the night. Gets herself into double figures with 10.
Martin with a double team. Out to Weston. Clark steps into that one and forces a turnover. Camito brings it up court. And going to get called for the carry.
Yeah,
which is always just a fun question to have because the carry is such a...
Is that a carry or a hezzy?
Well, and it's allowed so frequently that it's hard to decide at what point does it become a called versus a, oh, we'll let that go.
Yeah.
Haynes up court to Freed. Into Brown. Freeman tried to chase that one down after knocking it away, but was on the line. Morgan Muller coming back in. Finley McDowell to the bench.
Caught a little bit of a break there.
Freeman, Camito, Smith, Clark, and Stoner on the court for the Wildcats. Freed, Lyle, Haynes, Muller, and Brown for the Jays. Freed passes up the three over to Haynes. Haynes for three, good!
Kenley Freed probably could have let it rip there, but made the extra pass to her teammate. Paid off with three. Blue Jays back with an 8.
Smith is going to get fouled. That's going to be on Addison Brown, which will be her third foul.
Good to see her back in the game. Hopefully she can stay in the game without the foul trouble.
Free throw short. Checking in for the Wildcats is number 12, Taylor Thomas. She's coming in for Cammie Clark. And it looks like Logan Brown is planning to come in for Ellis Smith at the next stoppage as the shooter. Second one, no good. Lyle gets the rebound.
Blue Jays have been equal opportunity foulers. Carlisle sent 7 players to the free throw line so far tonight.
Freed to Lyle. Lyle trying to go baseline. Gets cut off and is going to be fouled by Stoner, I believe, is who they're calling this on. Her first foul. That's going to give Logan Brown the opportunity to come in for Smith. Libby Weston coming in for Addison Brown with the 3 fouls now. I believe Camito is the only person that has not been on the bench on either team.
That I'm not 100% sure of. For Bondurant.
Huh?
For the Blue Jays.
I think Camito's the only one that hasn't left the court.
Okay. I misunderstood the question.
Gotcha.
Patrick.
Yeah, I think everybody else has made a rotation, but she's been nonstop.
I think I'd probably have her on the floor for 32 minutes or
whatever she can handle. Yeah. Freeman with the spin move. Dumped it off to Brown. Camito now with it out top. Freeman setting that screen. Cross court. Thomas. Drive. Kick out. Freeman for 3. Going to be long. Haynes tips it back to Freed. Gets the rebound. Muller. Over to Weston for 3. Going to be no good. Muller with rebound. To Haynes. Haynes for 3. Off the rim, no good as well. Logan Brown rebound. Camito up court, nearing the 1-minute mark in the first half. Lyle went to knock that one away and got a little too much of it.
I think that's going to be her third.
And that is, so we have now 3 starters with 3 fouls.
Yeah.
So hopefully the bench is ready to go because you're going to get your opportunities. Camito up and no good. Lydia Martin coming in for Lyle. Freeman and Stoner to the bench for the Wildcats. Fisk and Fisher in, I believe. Second one gets the roll with every inch of the rim. Muller, pump fake drive. Over to Martin. Out to Freed at the top. Back into the zone there for the Wildcats. Weston now with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Martin for three. Good. Oh, loose.
Yeah, I think Morgan went for the steal there, and they just had a collision, and her momentum carried her into Brown.
I was kind of thinking we didn't have enough fouls yet, so.
That's 2 on Morgan. We'll see if Coach Obley stays with her here.
Logan Brown's first one is good. They are in the bonus now.
And she's the 8th Wildcat to go to the free throw line.
This is the second. Moeller comes away with a loose ball.
Bluejays with a chance to play for one here.
Weston for three. In.
Libby Weston says, clock nothing. I'm going to light it up right here.
Man, that almost hit the rafters. This cross court. Ramsey. No good. Loose ball. Freed. Rebound. 2 seconds on the clock, and that's good if it goes. We're going to go into halftime. Wildcats leading 22-18.
Good run.
I believe we have dance team, so stay tuned for the halftime show from the dance and enjoy the wonderful playings of the pep band. Go Jays. Welcome back to second half action of the girls varsity game between the visiting Carlisle Wildcats and your Bondurant Blue Jays. We're going to have boys action after this. If you're just tuning in, well, you're a little late because we're already halfway through the first game. Games were moved up because of weather, and at halftime, Wildcats leading 22-18. Story of the first half, I suppose, is the free throw line. As what did you have the Wildcats for?
I have them for 9 of 18 from the line. The Blue Jays have just shot 2, and we have 3 Blue Jays in foul trouble, all on the floor right now with 3 fouls each. See if we can avoid those early fourth fouls.
Aubrey Haynes get the steal. Driving to the lane. No good. Comito rebound. Got to the lane a little bit too easily, maybe. Comito cross court. Pass is finished by Clark. No, that was not Clark. That was Fisher. My bad. Berger into Lyle. Lyle up with the left hand. Good.
Blue Jays ended the half on a 10-2 run also. They were trailing 20-8. Kind of cut that into 22-18.
Lydia Martin, your leading scorer for the Jays in the first half with 7, along with 5 from Aubrey Haynes, 3 from Libby Weston, and 3 from Tenley Freed. Brown ends up with the ball. Haynes calling for Bergeron to get a little farther outside. Brown now through the lane.
Take. Really nice take.
Gets the 2. Comito with the ball. Up with it for 3. Off the rim, no good. Addison Brown, rebound. Moeller driving to the hoop. Cuts it back out to Haynes. Might have got away with the step there.
Hop.
Brown driving again. Right hand up. No good. Fisher rebound. And again, might have been a little drag of that back foot. Equal opportunity. Clark, oh, I don't know about that one at all. I thought Lyle had pretty good position.
I think she had good position. I think it's also probably just a no call.
Yeah. Yeah, replay doesn't do anything to change my thoughts on that. Unfortunately, that's going to be a 4th foul on Erica Lyle.
Yeah.
Tenley Free going to check in for her. There's been a lot of no calls. That one seemed like it could have been one as well. Clark hits one of them. Freed gets the rebound. Bergeron with the ball up court. Again, that was maybe more contact than some of the ones that were called in the first, and Comito with the ball.
Blue Jays have stayed in that 2-3 zone. Good way to box in, keep an eye on Comito and know where she is.
Clark drives, dumps it in. Fisher with it, back out to Clark. I think she was trying to hit the cutter, ended up all the way on the other side to Ramsey for 3. Haynes, dangerously close to that out of bounds line. Moeller to Freed. Freed out to Bergeron for 3. Just off the rim to Haynes. Haynes passed up the 3-point opportunity there. Bergeron drives through and is going to draw a foul
on Comito.
That is Comito's 2nd foul.
I don't know if that constitutes foul trouble, but it's as much foul trouble as any of the Wildcats are in right now. And her not on the floor would be very detrimental to their efforts.
Well, it would be a change as she played every minute of the first half. Moeller drives, lost it, gets it back to Freed. Freed out top to Bergeron now. Bergeron tries to drive again. Comito's able to poke that one away. Driving to the hoop. Fade away, no good. Aubrey Haynes rebound.
Really nice job by Morgan Moeller defensively there, keeping Comito in front of her.
Brown drives, right hand up. She is fouled on her way.
Boy, I really like what Addison Brown has done with her drive game here in the second half. She's just decided she's going to get her defender on her left shoulder and drive to the basket. It's paid off with a bucket and a trip to the free throw line now.
First one up and good for Addison. 3 players coming in for the Wildcats. Ramsey, going to the bench along with Fisher. Smith into the game, Stoner into the game, and Freeman into the game, joining Comito and Clark. Brown, second one, no good. Ellis Smith able to get the rebound. Wildcats get it to Comito quickly. Clark back over to Comito. Clark has definitely been on the court a lot, just a freshman, but clearly the coaching staff has confidence in what her game is. Clark with the nice drive finish there.
Yeah, Clark, in my estimation of just seeing the Wildcats here for a little over 2 quarters, is the second best player on the floor for them.
And that doesn't say anything negative about her when the first player is Mason
a Division
Keto.
I recruit.
Yeah. Shot out of bounds. Freed. Oh, Blue Jays take a timeout.
Looks like they've taken a full timeout.
Okay.
Kind of reset. They'd gotten that Carlisle lead down to 4, had cut it to 4. Carlisle back out to a 7-point lead, and anybody's ball game right now.
Yep. As I was prepared, we were about to get blasted with some loud noise next to us from the Bondurant for our pep band. Not sure how well we're even heard when they're playing.
Maybe not at all. They played a little aha, bringing us in from the half.
Take On Me is a fantastic song. We'll take this opportunity to thank our sponsor for the basketball broadcast this year, Jeff Meisland with Principal. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. Feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, 515-246-4057 or meisland.jeff@principal.com. And thanks, Jeff, for being a part of our Blue Jay Digital team and supporting the fantastic work that the youth do while we stand up here or sit up here and ramble about sports. People are probably happy the pep band's playing because it drowns us out.
Good chance of that. Enough of those guys already.
Smith with the ball tipped away by Claire Meisland, in case that name sounded familiar. Head to Morgan Muller. Muller up and blocked by Molly Stoner.
Really nice play by Claire Meisland. Nice steal and then just a perfect pass. Morgan Muller just couldn't get that shot up quickly enough before it was blocked away.
Muller with it. Round to Lydia Martin. Back out to Muller.
Carlisle back into their zone now.
Meisland to Brown. Muller from the corner for 3. Off the rim. No good. Freed goes up for the rebound. Gets it over to Brown, and that's going to, fortunately, he got up in the air and had an opponent in the way. This is where you normally give your obligatory talk about trying to pass while jumping.
Yeah, jumping to pass is never a good idea. I think, she was kind of hustling after a rebound and was either going to go out of bounds or had to turn and jump there. So I wasn't going to say anything, Patrick.
Okay. I just wanted to keep us on brand. Stoner for 3. Off the rim, no good. Brown has it knocked away by Comito, and they're going to get Lydia Martin on that foul. Addison had pretty good position. Comito just came in athletically and got enough of it to knock it away.
Clark's been 1 out of 2 on both of her trips here, so let's see if that
So she should miss the next
continues.
one. Haynes coming back in. Muller to the bench. Also a good time to thank our Blue Jay Digital squad here. Brinley Hay down there taking pictures. Reese Russell as well. Garrett Von Steen on the floor with the close-up camera, and then Nolan Boss up here doing the wide image. So great job from them.
Tie-up goes to the Blue Jays there. And Carlisle's going to extend that pressure again. And that's going to be out of bounds. Those are the things
Haynes, I think, got poked in the eye.
Yeah, those are the things that just drive you crazy as a coach. Is a 2-foot pass and then had a quick foul call there. which might have saved a layup from happening.
They called that on Claire. Not sure about that, but she was not in any foul trouble, so that's probably a good one. Weston, Berger, and Freed, Haynes, and Brown on the court for the Jays. Stoner cross court to Freeman. Freeman to Comito. Clark and Smith join them on the court for the Wildcats. Clark out top. Comito back out top now with it. 10 seconds on the clock. To Smith. Hands it back to Comito, coming around the screen. Baseline, throws it out. Freeman, shot up and no good. Addison Brown runs through, grabs the loose ball. Trying to go coast to coast. Gets a little knocked away, so she slows it back down.
Made a good decision there. Didn't force a shot up.
Bergeron out to Weston. Weston for three. Going to be long. Now off. Ooh. I don't know how that wasn't off Smith. I have thoughts.
Sometimes it's just better when we keep them in our head, right?
Yeah. Comito with the ball. Trying to get it into Freeman, who is trying to sneak behind the defense. Cross court out to Thomas, now back to Comito. Thomas for three, good. Her first basket of the game. Taylor Thomas, also a freshman. Haynes to Weston. Drops it off to Brown. Brown tried to give it to Berger. Not a bad idea, just a little bit of work on the execution.
A lot of hot sauce on that one. Maybe a little bounce pass through there. A little easier to catch.
We get Muller in for Weston. A few changes there for the Wildcats, and we're going to get a timeout. So nearing the end of the third quarter. Blue Jays had it down to 2. Now it's back up to 11. Gonna need a little bit of quick cleanup here before it gets out of control. Good timeout.
Well, and what we saw at the end of the second quarter was the Blue Jays got hot from the three-point line. Weston hit a three. Freed hit a three. Martin hit a three. So that kind of, the three ball, you kind of live by it and you die by it sometimes. And we have yet to hit a three here in the second half. Carlisle's hit 2, and they've also made 4 more trips to the free throw line. So
on the court for the Wildcats, Fisher, Comito, Thomas, Fisk, and Freeman for the Jays. Muller, Haynes, Freed, Bergeron, and Brown. Comito dribbling out top. Almost looks like they're trying to set up a 2-for-1 with the amount of time on the clock. Fisk turnaround for 2. Just when I thought they were waiting to score, they changed their mind. Brown drives through, right hand up and good. Quick, aggressive decision, turns out well. Comito trying to get baseline. Dump off past Freeman. Freeman lays it in for 2. Comito does a good job drawing the defense there and finding the open player under the hoop.
Yep, you got to pick your poison there, and Blue Jays picked to give all their attention to Comito. And
Freed
nice
turned
really
and
nice
good.
Move. Holy cow.
Strong finish from Henley Freed.
Tinley Freed's going to be hard to keep off the court if she's making offensive moves like that and hitting three-point shots.
Solid
that was just
replay here.
Really aggressive. Nice spin with the left hand. That looked like a play a high school senior makes.
Good work, Garrett, on that replay as well. Free throw no good. Fisk able to gather that rebound. Shot up and off the front of the rim. Comito chases it down, gets it to Fisk. They're going to get Freed on the foul. She's like, I was straight up and down, which she might have been moving in. Her hands were straight up and down. Ramsey going to come in. Comito going to go to the bench for the first time.
Just get her a quick breather.
Free throw up and good for Kira Fisk, her 5th point of the game.
Yeah, we didn't see Fisk much in the first half, but she's shown some really athletic plays here at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Clark tries running through and stealing that one. Going to be out of bounds. Back to the Jays. 3.9 seconds. Haynes going to try and go for the long shot. Gets it up from the logo. Off the rim. No good. That brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Wildcats opened up the lead a little bit here, 41-27.
Yeah, and that's kind of goes back to that one quarter that has been what's bitten the Blue Jays here these last 2 games. It was the first quarter against Winterset. There it's a 19-9 quarter for Carlisle, and saw some nice plays, especially out of Tinley Freed and Addison Brown during that time period. But just you don't have Erica Lyle on the floor. You're battling that foul trouble, and hard to give that full effort when you're sitting on the bench.
When 3 of your 5 starters ended up with 3 fouls in the first half, and then they gave Lyle a maybe questionable one to start the 3rd quarter, and
Well, and as I used to say during my coaching days many years ago, it's not the bad foul that was called on you, the 4th foul that got you in trouble. It was the 2nd or 3rd one that you shouldn't have gotten to put yourself into that situation.
There's a reason you get 5. It's not one isn't going to make the difference, but Wildcats will start the ball 4th quarter. Ramsey, Comito, Clark, White, and Fisher on the court for the Wildcats. Fisher with the ball in the paint, out to Comito. Comito drives, float, game is on.
That's her first bucket of the 2nd half, but she's done a lot to create for her teammates. I'm a little surprised against that 2-3 zone they're not running some screening the zone for her to get her open for some shots, but maybe that's something they're keeping in their bag for another game.
Make sure everybody else on your team feels good about scoring for when you need them to.
That can be part of it too.
Blue Jays have their starters on the court to start the 4th quarter. Haynes pump fake out to Brown. Brown is tied up by Comito. Comito ahead to Ramsey. Ramsey brings it back out. Clark back into the paint, now back out to Clark. Clark, right hand up, no good. Lyle with the rebound back in the game. And they're going to get Clark on that foul, just her 2nd. Freed going to come in, Brown to the bench. Wonder if there's a little bit of coaching they want to do on a specific aspect there, because that wasn't a very long rotation. Moeller with the ball. Out top to Freed, back to Moeller. Moeller sees a lane, drives, left hand up, no good. Lyle, rebound. Gets trapped up a little bit, ball out. Moeller for 3, going to be off the rim, no good. Rebound is to Brooke White. Get the ball quickly to Comito. Trying to pull the defense out. Calls for a screen from Ramsey. Moeller gets around that. Comito now baseline. Right hand up. No good. Bergeron gets the ball and is going to get a foul against Comito. Trying to tie that one up. Third foul on Macy Comito. I understand her frustration, though. I'm not sure if that was much different than things that were allowed the first half.
Little touchy there, and probably a lot of the club basketball that she's played probably has not been a lot of fouls called like that.
Yeah. Bergeron kicks out to Moeller. Moeller to Haynes. Haynes going to get called for the carry. She thought about the 3, passed it up.
Yeah, and again, hesitation or carry and consistency from the officials. That's all you can ask for.
It looked funny.
Not humorous funny.
No, like it looked a little different, and a lot of times that's going to get the call. She kind of looked over at Coach, and Coach just said, yeah, get back and start playing. Muller chases down loose ball. Hesitation, draws the foul. Good job, because last time she got ahead of the pack like that, they came from behind and swatted it, so she did a good job trying to let them go by, and they're going to get Brooke White with a foul. Her third foul as well. Well, they only have her on the board for 2. Maybe I gave her one that she didn't earn. Free throw no good for Muller. Lydia Martin coming into the game. Haynes to the bench. Second one up for Muller is good. Comito going to have Clark bring it up court. Comito tries setting the screen. Clark gets the ball back in from Ramsey in the paint. Kick out, Comito for 3, and that's money.
Got her playing off the ball a little bit more now too, and I think that's kind of forget about her that way, and that's what's going to get her open as well.
Martin with the ball. Out top to Lyle. And that ball's going to end up in the stands. We're going to get Addison Brown checking in for Bergeron. Muller, Martin, Brown, Lyle, and Freed on the court for the Jays. Comito, Clark, Ramsey, White, and Fisher, who pulls up 3. Off the rim, no good. Loose ball, and they're going to say Blue Jay ball.
Yep.
About 4 people were touching it as it approached the out-of-bounds line.
Yep, and it was Brooke White, I believe, that it was off of.
Muller to Martin. Out top to Lyle. Freed now with it. Back over to Brown near the bench. Brown going baseline. Kick out. Martin for 3. Off the rim. No good. I like the drive and pass.
Yep.
Comito throws it ahead to the wall. A real nice drive there from Addison Brown and found the open teammate. Brown to Freed in the corner, and they're going to get a foul on number 15, Brooke White, which I'm going to assume I was wrong, and that's only the 3rd foul, not her 4th. There's been a lot of fouls tonight, so a little hard to keep track of. Comito gets a hand on that. Brown and Lyle collide, and Clark driving kick out around the world. Ramsey now. Brooke White for 3 is going to be off. Loose ball. They're going to say off Muller. She was just too quick. Finley McDowell coming back in for the Jays. Addison Brown to the bench. Under 4 minutes now remaining in the game. Ooh.
Yeah. I think maybe they had her for the hand on the hip.
On the left hand, yeah.
Just a little hand check.
That was a little push off there. That's OPI in the wrong other sports. But I also think that's part of Morgan's defense is just being kind of pesky. Comito with it. Into the paint. Loose ball. Freed picks it up. White just wasn't quite able to handle that pass from Comito. Muller to Martin. Lyle tried to get over McDowell. McDowell was trying to cut through. You get 4 players coming in for the Wildcats. Stoner, Smith, Fisk, and Freeman. Stoner Fisk, Freeman, yeah, okay. And everybody but Comito to the bench.
I would say she's probably going to part ways here in about the next minute or so.
Comito for 3. Boy, has she missed?
She has, but not recently.
McDowell with the ball. Has Stoner on her. And Fisk steps in front of that. Coast to coast, gets the layup. We're going to get a jump ball here. The Wildcats taking this opportunity to try to play a little bit more aggressive defense.
Yeah, they haven't really called the dogs off at all, have they?
They brought in some other players. I mean, they've all been in the game already.
Yeah,
but
and they're playing hard defense.
We just lost our scoreboards.
Something's on the blink.
I think it was Gargamel over there kicked it loose.
Officials are sending the teams to their respective benches while they get this, try to get this problem resolved.
So as we look ahead, we'll have the boys varsity action coming up.
Maybe.
Keep scoring your head.
Well,
right?
we could move over to the junior high.
Sure, everybody would be excited about going outside for a little bit, just for the fun of it, right?
Yeah.
So boys, Bondurant coming in 1-1. Carlisle 2-1, so we'll have that after a little break, but hopefully this scoreboard is a short-lived issue.
There's a lot of...
This would be a perfect opportunity for the pep band to fire it up, so they didn't have to listen to us.
Yep.
But yeah,
we'll just ramble and talk a little bit.
So other things going on. The wrestlers were supposed to go up to Waverly tonight. That did not happen. Potentially they were looking at maybe finding some other tournament to go to tomorrow. I don't know if that's happened. I also don't know if anything's going to happen tomorrow. Girls wrestling, they have a home tournament or home duels tomorrow. So if you're free and the weather cooperates, you can go over to Ankeny Centennial. Or no, not Ankeny Centennial. Sorry,
High.
Ankeny. And the junior high, Northview, because there's boys wrestling in Centennial. So Northview tomorrow starting at 9 a.m., weather permitting, for the girls wrestling duels. I believe varsity and JV will both be in action, so potentially several Bondurant girls to watch. Bergeron with the ball. Drives through, right hand up, no good, and she is fouled.
And that defense looked like a box and one with 4 players playing a zone, and it looked like maybe Stoner playing man-to-man on, not Stoner, Freeman playing man-to-man on Aubrey Haynes.
Bergeron's free throw is good. Second free throw for Tierra, up and off the back. Rebound Fisk, but it's going to be out of bounds. Staying with the Jays. Got to get it in quick. Comito dumps it off. Freeman shot up, no good. Haynes rebound. Cross court. Bergeron driving through the lane, over to Muller. Muller out to Meisland, back to Muller for 3. Off the rim, no good. Little pinball action, ends up in the hands of Fisk. Comito kicks it out to Fisk. Fisk, Freeman, driving all over there, passing all over the place. Comito now back in the corner, Freeman. We're under 2 minutes now. Comito going to set up a little bit of an offense here. Fisk, drive, Freed with some good defense. Fisk gets the ball back, throws it out. Stoner for 3, off the rim, no good. And Bergeron's going to make the decision to let that go out of bounds. causing substitutions. Mira Heidemann in for the first time for the Wildcats, joining Logan Brown and Taylor Thomas for the Jays. Libby Weston coming back in, joining Muller, Haynes, Erica Lyle, and Claire Meislin. Meislin with it, using that Lyle screen over to Weston. Muller, pull up from the free throw line off the front of the rim, no good. Logan Brown rebound. Comito still in the game. They did not take your suggestion.
I don't think they care what I think.
No, I'm quite sure they don't. Comito turnaround fade is making it look a little too easy. 21 for her. Maybe that was what they were wanting, is the 20-point mark for her.
Maybe she has a incentive in her contract, like her NIL contract.
Well, it's early on. She might be in contention for a Player of the Year type. Definitely for an All-State type of nominations. And if you don't get the points in, that can somehow hurt your team. And so we saw it at times in maybe some other sports. Haynes free throw up and good. Comito, Fisk, and Thomas to the bench. On the court now, Amari LaFollette Brown, Logan Brown. Haynes hits them both. Number 3, Addison Sinclair stepping into the first time. LaFollette Brown was in for the first time for the Wildcats. And 22, Emily Nelson in the first time for the Wildcats. Nelson with the ball in the paint. Off. Muller going to stay. Heidemann to inbound. To Brown. Sinclair now with it. We will have a Vision Bank Player of the Game after we reach the conclusion here. And then we'll have about a 15-minute break, I believe, before boys varsity action. Meislin with it. Haynes pull up long, 2, no good. And that's going to bring us to the end of the ball game. Wildcats victorious 53-31. Close game through halftime, and got a little out of hand in the second. Very large number of fouls called throughout the game, and if you're looking for scoring across the Blue Jays, they were led by Lydia Martin and Aubrey Haynes, both end up with 7. 5 for Addison Brown and Tenley Freed, 3 for Libby Weston, 2 for Erica Lyle, and 1 for Morgan Muller and Kiera Bergeron.
Yeah, I think, as a coaching staff, you're just always trying to find the positives. There's 100 things you can work on. Taking care of the basketball, not fouling. I mean, those are some easy things to identify. But, I think you saw some really good things out of Tenley Freed tonight coming off the bench, and hopefully that bodes well for the future. Addison Brown really had a nice second half, especially on the offensive end. You're always going to get that hustle from her, but she was just really aggressive, taking the ball to the basket and either drawing a foul, getting a layup, or kicking it out to an open teammate.
Yep. So as we look for a Vision Bank Player of the Game, what are your thoughts here?
Well, I think that second half warrants. Addison Brown had a little bit of an injury there, and she shook that off. Came back, just played a real solid overall game, and really the bright spot in the second half. So Addison Brown.
Yep. I think we're kind of seeing her develop a little bit more each week as she gets more minutes in that starting lineup, and looking forward to more of that. So Addison Brown, Vision Bank Player of the Game. Vision Bank, see what we can do for you tonight. It's going to be the wrong end of the result, but we're going to head into boys action here in about 14 minutes. So we'll be back. Go Jays. Welcome back, Blue Jay fans, for boys varsity action here between the visiting Carlisle Wildcats and your Bondurant Blue Jays. Blue Jays looking to keep a good week going on the boys' side. Victorious on Tuesday night, coming in here Friday night, led by Hudson McConnell and Cole Miller. McConnell averaging almost 20 points a game. Cole Miller, a little slower start as he was dealing with a little bit of an injury, but he's coming back now and getting the action. 9 points, seven rebounds, and ironically, I think they had him for a double-double on points and rebounds on Tuesday night. So
that wouldn't be surprising, and probably in the neighborhood assists-wise, he probably had maybe 5 or 6 of those.
So we'll look for some continued positive action here. What are you looking at for keys to the game?
Well, I think again, talking to Coach Evans before the game, I think he was just real happy with the toughness his team played with Tuesday night against Winterset. And I don't know if anybody can hear me over the band or not, but the toughness they played with against Winterset after a real shaky start last Friday against Ballard. The other thing is just kind of balancing the emotions a little bit. You're playing a rival. It's a Friday night. You kind of want to keep those in check, kind of keep that intensity up, but not play too high or too low with the emotions. And probably looking for a real close game, so you're going to have to, stay out of foul trouble, get those loose balls, and for sure, play with the emotion that the home crowd can provide.
The humor from the foul trouble, there were a lot of fouls in the girls' game, so if you weren't around for that one, hopefully there's less fouls in this one. But as we look for starting lineups, first for the visiting Wildcats, at guard, number 0, senior Carson Guthrie. At guard, number 2, sophomore Trey Osterhaus. At guard, number 3, senior Calvin Frey. At center, senior number 33, Ben Glaive. And at forward, number 34, senior Jack Norton. For your Blue Jays starting lineup, at guard, number 5, senior Max Simmons. At forward, number 11, senior Jersey Simonson. At forward, number 15, sophomore Drake Falsgraf. At forward, number 20, senior Hudson McConnell. And at guard, number 25, senior Cole Miller.
Wildcats bringing some size up front, so keeping them off the boards will be job one tonight for the Blue Jays.
We got 2 players listed at 6'6" in the starting lineup, and one of them is definitely more of a defensive tackle. I believe they might have called him a defensive end, but regardless, that's the type of physicality Drake's going to have to deal with in the paint tonight. We do have the pep band in-house, so anytime they're loud enough to drown us out, well, you're welcome. Little change up for the Blue Jay Digital squad here as Reese had to go join the pep band. So we got Brinley Hay, Garrett Von Steen, Nolan Boss, and Brody Gipple on the camera work tonight for the boys' action. Pick up some great replays along the way, some quality photos that you can see later on, and overall just a great broadcast by them.
Those Gipple brothers were nothing but trouble growing up next door to me.
Yeah.
Always up to mischief.
Old man yells at Sky Neighbor, is that you?
Good boys. Well raised by their parents.
Norton gets the tip going his way. Frey with the ball. Norton with it, now over to Glaive. Guthrie was looking good from the free throw or from the three-point line and beyond in the first or in the warm-ups, but misses on the layup. Not sure I saw him take any of those though. Ball taken away. Frey now with it.
Both teams trading turnovers there.
McConnell contests. Shot no good. Miller rebound, trying to look for another one of those double-doubles. Simonson for 3, off the rim, no good. Osterhaus rebound, bringing it back up the other way. Finds Norton in the paint, no good. Way to get your feet set, Drake, and avoid any foul call. Simmons round to Miller. Simonson in the paint is blocked by Norton. Gets his own rebound, shot up and good.
Nice nifty reverse there by Jersey.
Frey with it. Watching a lot of action go through. Picks it up. Over to Guthrie. To Glaive, hands off. Osterhaus now trying to use that Glaive screen. Gets baseline, and he steps on the line.
Carlisle against that Blue Jay man-to-man defense, really trying to pull the defense out away from the basket, kind of almost like a 5-out look, or a couple of high posts anyway, opening up that lane for back cuts just like we saw there, but didn't work out.
Miller to McConnell, back to Miller in the paint, tough shot. Partially blocked, I think, by Glaive. Loose ball on the ground. Guthrie gets it. Osterhaus actually has it. Frey now into the paint. Tough contest from McConnell, but Frey finishes. Miller to Simmons. Simonson now has Norton on him. McConnell gets it back to Simonson. Up with the bucket.
Jersey aggressive on the offensive end tonight.
Frey drives. Back out. Osterhaus throws it away, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. Tried to save it.
Had that not been called, that might have been a layup for Cole Miller. So maybe a partial break for the Wildcats there.
Good effort by Osterhaus to try to get to it. McConnell back out to Miller. Miller gets into Falsgraf. Falsgraf, quick high, fouled.
Just a real decisive pivot from Drake Falsgraf there. Made a quick move. Didn't give the defense a chance to measure him up and try to block his shot. Draws the foul, gets 2 free throws.
Good job doing work early, finding position. First free throw up and good. Second free throw for Drake. And that's good too. Osterhaus into Norton. Ball is high, tipped away. Osterhaus is able to get to it. Osterhaus trying to go around the screen. Falsgraf contests. Loose ball, picked up McConnell. Good defense there by Falsgraf. Something never said about his dad. McConnell up and no good. Loose ball. Guthrie chases it down. Frey with the ball. Pull up three. Going to be short. Miller picks up the loose ball. Miller all the way to the bucket. No good. Glaive with some good defense there to make that shot difficult. Miller tries to throw it off Glaive. Not able to get to go. Guthrie up. No good. McConnell and Falsgraf fighting for it.
I think Hudson McConnell felt like Jack Norton kind of poked that ball out there, but stays with the Wildcats down on this end.
Glaive and Osterhaus to the bench. Number 24, Dawson Van Zant in, as well as number 4, CJ Hogg. Would they call something?
Yeah, I didn't see the action. I think Jersey felt like it should have went the other way, but Van Zandt, however you pronounce that, another good-sized kid coming off the bench.
Guthrie with the ball, thinking about getting into Van Zandt. Back out Guthrie. Moving screen there. Simonson with the block. Back over to Guthrie. That's where he was practicing his threes earlier. Norton gets the rebound. Turnaround fade. Blocked by Simonson.
Man, that's tough living right there.
Man,
That's 2 on him.
And he's been having a real good start to this game, so that's a little frustrating. Norton, first shot is good. Jasper Wilson going to check in. Blue Jay Digital's own Jasper Wilson checking in for Jersey Simonson. Norton, second free throw up and good as well. Miller bringing it up court. McConnell passed it out to Miller. Pull up, 2, good for Cole Miller.
Yeah, Cole gets that mid-range going. It makes him extra tough to guard.
CJ Frey, leading scorer for the Wildcats with 21 points a game. Guthrie to Van Zant. Now into Norton. Norton has it knocked away from behind by Cole Miller. Good double team from Cole. Goes up and gets the bucket.
Nice move. So much strength there. And it all started on the defensive end with the pick of Frey.
Check this replay. Great shot there. Foul is on Van Zant, his first. Miller converts the three-point play. Boone Albright into the game for the Jays. Simmons going to take a seat. Frey working around that Norton screen, tries to feed it back to him. Falsgraf stays with him. Norton tries to hit the cutting Frey, and loose ball is going to be knocked out off Miller. Checking in, Osterhaus and Glaive. Going to the bench, Norton and Guthrie.
Blue Jays really active on the defensive end right now, swarming to the basketball, helping each other out.
Tough angled inbound there from Glaive. Gets the ball into Jasper Wilson's hand. Miller to McConnell, blocked by Frey. Not sure McConnell even thought that was going to be contested like that. Frey up with it, no good.
Whoa, my goodness.
And you're going to say all of that contact was nothing. Van Zandt throws it off Wilson.
I'm going to say Van Zandt took Wilson about into the wall pad underneath the basket there.
Glaive coming out to set a screen for Frey, decides to give it to Osterhaus instead. Osterhaus tries to drive. Back out to Van Zandt. Frey. Now the other side to Glaive. Falsgraf not able to defend that one. Ben Glaive with the bucket. Wilson. Albright. Miller drive, pull up over to Falsgraf for a deep 2. Going to be short. Rebound Van Zandt. To Osterhaus. Osterhaus driving around the screen from Van Zandt. Now into Glaive. Back out top Frey. Wilson almost gets that one knocked away. Van Zandt with the ball. And he's going to get called for the travel.
Really, again, another great on-ball defensive play by Jasper Wilson. Blue Jays have a little bit extra quickness tonight on the defensive end.
1:30 remaining in the first quarter. Miller to Albright. Out to McConnell again. McConnell, drive, spin, turn, fade. Kicks it out to Falsgraf to Albright in the corner. Albright for 3. In and out. Frey rebound. Frey looking to using that Glaive screen. Maybe could have been called for a little move on that, dropping the shoulder in, but gets the bucket. His 4th point of the game. Albright to Wilson. McConnell gets the pump fake. Falsgraf for 3. Off the rim, no good. Van Zandt rebound ahead. Osterhaus. A little push off with the left arm. Gets the finish.
Yeah, so far it just seems like when Carlisle gets out and runs, that's when they're most dangerous. that transition defense for the Blue Jays is going to be really important.
It's a good opportunity to remind you there is no 5-second count while dribbling anymore.
And that game clock and shot clock are just about dead on even, so.
Miller crossover, McConnell, drive, pickup, fouled by Frey that time. Frey's made it tough to get the shot off, but that time he got the arm.
Yeah, it's been a good match between those two so far, and neither one's given the other guy anything easy.
First free throw from McConnell up, no good. Ryder Miller going to come into the game for Jasper Wilson for the last 5 seconds. McConnell second free throw. Nothing but net.
Ryder's got a foul to give here.
Frey for a deep three off the front of the rim, no good. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Blue Jays leading 12-10. Take this opportunity to thank our sponsor for basketball broadcast, Principal's own Jeff Mislin. Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance. Pretty much anything to do with money you can talk to Jeff about. Feel free to email or call for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, 515-246-4057, or email at mislin.jeff@principal.com. Thanks, Jeff, for being a part of the Blue Jay Digital broadcast, and thanks, Pep Band, for being loud and bringing energy tonight.
It just feels more like high school basketball when the pep band's here, though. You got the pep band, you got the dance team, you got the cheerleaders, you got the girls team, the boys team, a lot of kids involved, and that's always good.
I see our Blue Jay Digital person that is not playing an instrument right now, even though he left to go be part of the pep band. So just saying, Reese, you've been spotted.
Cole Miller pacing the Blue Jays so far with an early 5 points. Jersey Simonson with the first 4 points of the game for the Blue Jays, but now saddled with a couple of fouls and on the bench.
Both Millers remain in the game, along with Falsgraf, McConnell, and Albright. Falsgraf up with the bucket, no good. Glaive able to get the rebound.
Drake did a nice job getting good depth in the post position there. Just could not finish off the little jump hook.
Starters on the court for the Wildcats. Norton up, not able to finish, gets his rebound. Now they're kind of letting things go pretty much. There's a half dozen fouls that could have been called there. Norton seems to be coming away like he took a pretty bad one. They're going to call an official's timeout for the injury.
Looks like a shoulder.
I have no idea if there's a history of anything there, so I didn't see anything abnormally bad contact. Like I said, they could have called several fouls on there. They just kind of called it all no call and carried on. But yeah. Van Zant going to check in while Norton gets looked at. Brett McDowell into the game for the Jays. Falsgraf, turn, fade is good. Nice. Tough finish for Drake Falsgraf. Calvin Frey with the ball, trying to feed Van Zant underneath. Seeing the height mismatch with Ryder Miller, but Miller's able to knock it away. Now to Cole Miller. Cole Miller, kick out McDowell. McDowell into Falsgraf. Back out to Ryder Miller. And loses the ball / passes it to Falsgraf to Cole Miller for 3. Just like he drew it up.
Yep.
That might be one of the better plays Evans has drawn up tonight. Osterhaus turn, nice tough finish for Trey Osterhaus, giving him 4 points. Cole Miller drive, turn, fade, 2 is good.
Yeah, Cole's feeling it right now. 10 points on the night for him so far to lead all scorers.
Guthrie for three. Off the rim. No good. Ryder Miller rips down the rebound. Cross court. McConnell for three. Good.
Now the Blue Jays are off and running.
Good find from Cole Miller there. Frey to Osterhaus. And Ryder Miller's going to pick up a foul there. Probably not a terrible one, as the switch really turned into a double team. Get a replay here from this pass from Miller over to McConnell for three. Glaive inbounds it to Frey. Frey trying to get to the hoop. Up, and the finish. Miller to Miller. Just kidding. He kept it. Now into Falsgraf. Falsgraf.
Oh, my goodness.
Ryder Miller picks it up, gets it to McConnell. Cole Miller now with it at the top. Turn, spin, up, and no good. Frey now pull up free throw line, and that's good.
He's a nice player.
You can see how he's averaging 21 a game. I know they're only a few games into it, and that might actually only be 2 games worth of stats because I don't think they had the third game in when I looked. But McConnell, 2, off the rim, no good. Osterhaus rebound. Osterhaus trying to get to the rim on McDowell. No good. Van Zant climbs over Ryder Miller's back.
I'm going to get Ryder with that.
I stand by what I said. Simmons and Wilson coming in for Miller and McDowell. Guthrie going to go to the bench and Hogg back in for the Wildcats. Glaive to inbound. Trying to get to Frey. Frey. Ooh.
Yeah, they're going to call the bump there, but I'm going to tell you right now, Ben Glaive about knocked Drake Falsgraf to the ground on the other end with his chest and torso. So it's just going to be a tough game to call. 2 physical teams.
And coach is a little surprised that one wasn't off the Wildcats. Good defense on the inbound. Unfortunately, gives them maybe a little better angle to enter, but Frey up with the float and gets it.
He's kind of got it going now. He's got 10.
Cole Miller with the ball. Over to Wilson for 2. No good. Hogg had the rebound. McConnell knocked it away, but not able to keep it. Frey with the spin. Out to Hogg now. Frey for 3. He did miss one. Cole Miller rebound. A little hesitation, and we're going to call that on Hogg, I think. Nope, they actually called that on Osterhaus, his first. Guthrie coming back in. Van Zant to the bench. Norton still being looked at by trainer Sarah Moss over there. Something with the left shoulder. Inbound to McConnell. Looking to create some space, and they're going to call a jump ball on that one as Frey got on top of it.
Yeah, Hudson's just not got himself on track yet after a really, really good game the other night. He still has time to get it going.
Frey with the ball. Drives. Short. McConnell rebound. Has it knocked away by Guthrie, and they're on the floor.
It is a little chippy out there.
I don't know that I expect anything less from these conference matchups.
Well, and especially with the neighbors to the south there.
Yeah. It's been one of those weeks of potentially contentious rivalries.
Don't remind me.
Cole Miller with the ball, drive, loses it on the way in. Frey picks up the loose ball and throws it up. Miller cut short, so didn't foul him, but unfortunately Norton, who is back in the game,
oh my goodness,
is on top, and Max Simmons dives for the loose ball, has Norton laying on top of him and calls the timeout. Take down 3 points now, but
it is
wrong
3,
sport.
isn't it? Yeah.
Great hustle play from Simmons.
Can you get an escape calling a timeout in wrestling?
You can get an escape call, but not on the timeout. Oh.
Yeah,
it's a good thing it's the weekend because some people are going to need some ice. But wait, do we play tomorrow?
We do, potentially. I think that game's been moved back to 5 o'clock, if I've heard correctly. I can double check that on our scheduler, but yeah, I just feel like right now the officials may have to start calling this game extra close, because if they don't, it could get out of hand, and then the chippiness can turn into something that nobody wants.
Mm-hmm. So after that timeout from Simmons, Blue Jays maintain the ball. Miller bringing it up court. McConnell is blocked by Frey. Frey gives him the stare down.
Yeah, and that can be a taunting call. That can be a technical foul, and our guys are perfectly capable of doing that too. But again, these are just things that officials need to clean up.
McConnell gets it in the paint. That's got to be, and that's going to be a foul on Frey. It's hard to reach around from behind and not get that call.
Yeah, and tomorrow's game has been moved to 5 o'clock. If it does go on as scheduled, the game at Wells Fargo against Spencer.
Miller for 3, nothing but net. 13 for Cole. And at some point, Frey's had a pretty good defensive game. You might need to think about switching him over to Miller. Osterhaus for 3 with the answer. Miller crossover at the free throw line, loses it, passes it to Simmons. McConnell now out top. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Wilson into the paint, pull up 2, bankboard, no. Norton gets the rebound. Frey with it again. Fade away. Real nice shot there from Calvin Frey.
Yeah, he's got a bag of tricks.
McConnell into the paint, out to Simmons. Max Simmons for 3, no good. Jasper Wilson rebound. Wilson turn as a foul on Ben Glaive. The whistle was a little slower than I thought it would be.
Glaive just had to stay straight up there. He went down with his hands, and that's what drew the foul.
Wilson to the line for 2. First one up off the front of the rim, no good. Van Zandt coming in for Glaive for the Wildcats. Substitution pending for Wilson. Second shot for Jasper, up and off the front of the rim, no good. Loose ball into the hands of Norton. Frey looking to use that screen, goes the other way. Turn, fade, up, and no good that time. Van Zandt rebound, turned around, and McConnell picks it up. Actually, now Falsgraf has it.
Hudson could be really frustrated with how things are going for him offensively tonight, but that has not stopped him from working hard defensively, staying on the rebounds.
Simmons back out to Miller now. Miller drives, dumps it off to Falsgraf, Norton gets a hand on top of that one. Good defensive play by Jack Norton. Boone Albright going to come in for Jasper.
And good to see Norton back in the game.
Yep. Osterhaus bring it up court. Under a minute now remaining in the first half. I believe we'll have the Albright gets the foul there. Maybe a contact to the head, but we will have the dance team at halftime again. Hip-hop performance? Is that right?
Hip-hop.
Hip-hop.
Yes, sir. So we've seen the lyrical
on Tuesday.
The hip-hop, and we'll probably see jazz
next week.
Next Friday.
Speaking of next week, big Spirit Week, Thursday, Friday night. Thursday, home wrestling, and Friday, mega night for basketball. Miller pushing ahead. Over to, McConnell was a little farther in. For Spirit Night next week, the students 7 through 12 get in free. First 50 students, I believe, get a T-shirt each night. So Thursday and Friday, let's pack this gym.
Is there free pizza for the Bluejay digital broadcasting crew?
No, they pay you enough.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Carlisle looks like they're going to hold for one shot. Down 2. They either get a tie or maybe take the lead with the 3.
So they're going to call Boone Overright for that foul.
And a pretty heady play by Calvin Frey to just throw the ball up at the basket there and draw the foul, get to the line. 2 shots.
That's a 5th foul either way, right? So it would have been the 2 shots even if he didn't get it up, but does not get the bounce.
Maybe that's what he can't do, shoot free throws. So just
he is a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Misses that one, and Norton gets the loose ball. And who are they calling the push on?
False graph, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Drake's just like, I'm just trying to stand here, guys. I don't know what that guy did to me. 5.2 seconds now. Norton to the line.
Made his first 2 attempts.
Does not get that one. Now we're going to get Hogg in for Frey.
Got a box out here. Team last night had a hard time boxing out a team in Cardinal and gold.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one. Miller now 5 seconds trying to get up court. Crossover on Guthrie. Pull up for a deep 3 off the rim. No good. And we'll head into halftime. Blue Jays leading 25-24. Stick around for the dance team at half and a little bit of pep band enjoyment. Go Jays. No dance. Welcome back. Getting ready for second half here in boys varsity action between the visiting Carlisle Wildcats and your Bonnaroo for our Blue Jays. Blue Jays leading 25-24 at the half. Real close both quarter and halftime score. Blue Jays being led by Cole Miller. He's up to 13 points, along with 4 points from Jersey Simonson, Drake Falscraft, Hudson McConnell. We'll look for Jersey to get back into this game. Picked up a couple fouls early and spent a little more time than he probably wanted on the bench. For the Wildcats, 12 points from Calvin Frey. Really just looking good at both ends of the court. And then Trey Osterhaus up to 7, I believe. Jack Norton with 3, Ben Glaive with 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just really important here for the Blue Jays to keep Carlisle off the boards. I think getting them stopped in transition, really making them play a half-court game, and then not giving them any second-chance shots. I think that's what got them into a little bit of trouble there in the first half. And then I think Jersey just getting himself back into the game. It's hard to sit that long and then mentally get yourself back in the game. He was off to a great start, kind of got a couple of ticky-tack fouls called on him, and hopefully he can stay foul-free here in the third quarter.
Both teams using starting lineups to start the second half. Simonson over to Simmons. Now Miller with it. McConnell pull-up 3. And there's going to be a bucket and a foul.
I love that call from Coach Evans. You know, Hudson McConnell could really try to get himself in a one-on-one match here with Calvin Frey, and I don't think he's that kind of player to do that, and he's got to avoid that. But also to get him going scoring, to run a set play for him, and Frey ran right through the screen, and it was a good deal.
That is a third foul on Frey. McConnell's shot up, no good. Guthrie rebound, trying to push ahead. Now back to Frey. Ben Glaive with it. Jack Norton sneaks underneath. No one saw him going there, and he picks up an easy layup.
I think they want to go right at Frey here.
Falscraft back to Simmons. Simonson now gets it into McConnell. McConnell turn up and gets the roll.
And now Frey cannot play as aggressive defensively as he wants to with that third foul.
Potentially not as aggressive offensively either.
Correct.
You got the risk of the charge there. Simonson steps in front of that one.
I had a physical reaction to that, thinking he was going to get called.
Miller all the way to the rim, no good. Got there a little too easily maybe. Was expecting some contact. Jack Norton rebound. Carson Guthrie with it. To Norton. Pulling both bigs out to the free throw line. Glaive now driving on Simonson. Step through and gets the bucket.
Kind of stuck that chicken wing out there a little bit. Could have been called for the hook, but no foul.
McConnell now has Norton on him. Falscraft trying to post up Glaive inside Simonson. A little funny step. Simmons for 3. Off the rim, no good. Norton saves the ball. Wildcats Frey drives, left hand up, and good finish from Calvin Frey.
Tie game.
Appreciate the challenge from Falscraft without committing an unnecessary foul. That was a tough shot. Frey just finished it. Falscraft, pump fake now. Drive, turn, right hand up, and good.
That's a hook from some distance there. Impressive move there from Drake Falscraft. Showing he's got a little bag of tricks here.
Osterhaus picks up his dribble, gets it out to Glaive. Now out top to Frey. Cuts back, right side up, and gets the roll. Frey up to 16 now. Simmons. Defended by Osterhaus. McConnell now with it. Norton out on him. Better matchup for McConnell. Up and 2.
Interesting chess match right now between these coaches and how they're guarding each other's leading scorers.
McConnell is still on Frey. Glaive with a tough screen. Shot no good. Falscraft rebound. Miller to Simmons. Simmons brings it back out top. Falsgraf, pull up, 3. Off the rim, no good. Nice looking shot. Guthrie rebound ahead to Osterhaus. Osterhaus looking to get to the rim. Turn up, 2 is no good. And that's going to be Blue Jay ball. Norton tipped it out. Can't believe that he tipped it out.
I just can't believe it.
I just can't believe I got to it. There's no way I got through him. That's why we have officials. Much to our dismay at times as well.
Yeah.
Falsgraf kick out. Simmons for 3. Off the rim. McConnell, strong rebound, gets the bucket. I like the in and out action though. Falsgraf, great job finding Simmons. Next one's going down. Frey looking to get to the rim. Up, left hand, and they're going to get McConnell on the foul. Shot no good. Frey will go to the line for 2. Just a second foul on McConnell.
Hudson's having the Colby Collison second half where, he's got nothing to show in the first half, and then all of a sudden he's up to 13 points in the game.
Colby always got to 20. Well, always got to 17, it seemed like. Frey hits the first. Hogg and Van Zant coming in. Guthrie and Norton out for the Blue Jays. Albright in. Simmons out. Frey hits them both. He heard you talking about his free throws earlier.
Yeah. Yep. 2 for 4 on the night now. At his average, 50%.
Albright with the ball. Falsgraf into Simonson. Simonson works
and
up
one.
And good and gets the 4th foul on Frey.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Jersey showed really good patience in the post there. He didn't hurry. He gathered his feet. He made his move.
Just a great move, yeah. Beautiful replay there. Garrett set up perfectly for that. Simonson up and not able to convert the old-fashioned three-point play. Van Zandt with the rebound. Frey did come out of the game for the Wildcats with his 4th foul. Glaive to Hogg. Hogg getting through the lane, and McConnell gets the block out of bounds off of him. And Blue Jays are going to take a timeout. Was that oof because you thought it might have been a foul? Or
Little body lean, but again, the way this game's been called, it was all clean on the block. But
I don't see anything from that. Not that that's necessarily the best angle to
I don't think
see
that
the foul, but it showed a really nice block.
Yeah.
I hate to show you, there was no foul. I don't know what you're talking about.
There was no foul, and it seems like Glaive and Norton a time or two have gotten away with one.
Yeah.
So
it's been a physical game.
It all comes out in the wash. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. And the crowd's getting their money's worth. Yeah. And there's time to go get pizza after this game. That's the exciting
This
thing.
Early start, man. It's only 7 o'clock. We wouldn't even be thinking about the boys varsity starting yet. Pep band in the house. Pep band, the entire band actually just keeps getting bigger and better every year, competing with the biggest schools in the state this year for marching band and put on a real nice season for them. So great work by the students and the teachers. Van Zant inbound to Osterhaus. Now back into Van Zant. Guthrie for 3, off the rim, no good. Drake Falsgraf, tough rebound.
That's good rebound by Drake. Going to have to do that.
Miller to McConnell. McConnell has Hogg on him now. Side. Thought that pass was going to result in the finish. Not quite able to get there, but good find. Osterhaus loses his footing. Miller just pulled the chair off from under him. Now to Simonson with the finish for 2.
There he got it down. Jersey's having a real nice game tonight, even despite the foul trouble.
Good screen there from Van Zant. Now you got a big mismatch, but they didn't find it. Osterhaus with the scoop bucket. Wow. Tough shot. Miller with the ball to Simonson for three. Jersey, not quite there. Loose ball. Coming back to the Blue Jays. Ryder Miller going to check out. What do we got for a replay here? Cole Miller with the drive dish and Simonson with the finish. Beautiful shot.
Got it up quick.
Simonson going to get a little breather. Ryder Miller into the game. McConnell to Ryder. Ryder into Falscraft. Nice pass and not quite able to finish. Norton with the rebound. Good facilitation there by Ryder Miller. That's what you're looking for him to do, is help play some defense, move the ball, pick up some good minutes, and on Ryder? That's going to be on Ryder. Okay.
Yeah, Ryder's not, as we know, he's not afraid to stick his nose into anything physical. That looked like a travel.
Osterhaus tough too, is good. Minute and a half here remaining in the third. Miller with the ball, using that Falscraft screen. Turns, and that's Ryder Miller for three. Ryder for three right in front of the student section.
Gives them a little fist pump.
Osterhaus loses the dribble. That's the one you call.
All night long.
Well, now Ryder Miller's in foul trouble, but we do get this nice replay of his three-pointer. Osterhaus over to Norton. Norton, cross-court Van Zant now. Hogg for three, off the rim, no good. McConnell's going to be there for a rebound. Good contest from Hudson. Miller trying to get downhill. Guthrie's going to commit the foul. His first. McDowell's going to check in. Brett's coming in for Ryder Miller. Cole out top to Drake Falscraft. Falscraft over to McDowell. Now Miller. Miller drive, pull up two, and a foul. He'll go to the line for two. That's the second quick foul on Carson Guthrie.
And I think 100% there was a foul there, but I do think Cole has a future in sales as well.
It's always good to have a future.
Yes.
We're big on that. First free throw, no good. Cole's second one coming. No good as well. Osterhaus gets the rebound. Albright, Cole Miller, Falscraft, McConnell, and McDowell on the court for the Jays. Van Zant, Guthrie, Osterhaus, Norton, and Hogg on the court for the Wildcats. Norton with it to Osterhaus. Osterhaus drives, contests from Falscraft. Osterhaus with the finish.
Yeah, Osterhaus has really picked up the pieces with Frey on the bench.
McConnell 2.0, good, tough angle, and Norton probably wouldn't have counted anyway, but that was pretty close on the baseball shot.
Yeah, Blue Jays extend their lead there in the third quarter by 2 points, but just cannot shake these Wildcats here. And again, just like we said the other night with Winterset, it just every one of these Raccoon River Conference games seem to be fourth quarter games, and no exception tonight.
It's positive news there. Simonson did avoid any fouls that quarter.
He wasn't called for any fouls.
Fair. Also want to take this opportunity to thank Jeff Meislin for sponsoring the Blue Jay basketball broadcast. Jeff is with Principal, and Jeff and his team help individuals, families, and businesses with retirement planning and strategy, investments, college funding, life, long-term disability, and long-term care insurance, and other financial products and strategies. You can email or call for a complimentary consultation, or if you have any questions, 515-246-4057, or email at mislin.jeff@principal.com.
So Hudson McConnell and Cole Miller again leading the way for the Blue Jays, both with 13, but a little more balanced effort from some of the other guys on the floor tonight. Jersey Simonson now up to 8. Drake Falsgraf with 6. And Ryder Miller added that three-pointer there. Good production from him off the bench tonight, not just with scoring, but the hustle plays and all the little things that don't show up in the score sheet.
Osterhaus up for 2. Good finish there.
Osterhaus is just kind of taking control of things right now. He's got 15.
Miller over to Falsgraf. Falsgraf with the finish and the foul on Glaive. A late foul call, a late foul actually. Too late to actually impact it, but see this nice pass from Miller on the replay. Falsgraf quick with the finish. Going to be a third foul on Glaive. Falsgraf to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play and converts. It's a pretty shot.
I like that old-fashioned.
Careful where you're going with that.
I meant like I'm old-fashioned, not what you're thinking.
Albright got a couple forearms there. He's going to get called for the foul, but he was also trying to protect his face a little bit. Glaive to inbound, out to Frey. Frey, who does have 4 fouls. Guthrie with the ball. Osterhaus looking to drive. Back out to Guthrie. And Cole with an aggressive attack on that double team. He's going to get called for the foul. Just his first, but team second this quarter. Number 5 fouls in a quarter does send him to the line.
Cole has now switched over to Osterhaus.
Guthrie, bank shot, no good, and they're going to say it's staying here. That's a tough one. I mean, tough call. Glaive to inbound. Guthrie in the corner, looking to get to Frey. Now back to Glaive. Guthrie now finds Norton. Osterhaus at the top, has Cole on him. Has it knocked away, and on the ground, and we're going to get a timeout from the Wildcat coach. Miller knocked the ball away. Cole. They let the loose action go.
Yeah, Cole can be a menace on that defensive end and just creating a little chaos for Carlisle, but they're going to still have 19 seconds on the shot clock when they come back out.
So wrestling tomorrow is canceled. Boys basketball has been moved back to 5. I should say boys wrestling has been canceled. As of right now, I have not seen an update on the girls wrestling in Ankeny being canceled. So as of right now, they're on schedule to wrestle at 9 o'clock. As far as I know, varsity and JV are both wrestling, so everybody that's healthy should have matches. If you have a Bondurant activity pass, they did honor that at Ankeny. So go ahead and check them out. And I thought that was a nice touch by the Ankeny school.
Very nice.
They're going to call McConnell on that one, and I feel like that was as much of a fade of his own doing as it was a push, but there's a third foul on McConnell. Free throw up and good for Frey. Second one, no good. Falsgraf goes up, gets the rebound over some football kids. Albright with the ball. Now to Simonson. McConnell for a long 2, and it's good. It's only the second worst shot because it went in.
Right.
If you've never listened to us before, that doesn't make sense, I suppose. But Frey's tough floater, no good. Norton able to go up and tip it, but Cole Miller ends up with the loose ball. I'm not sure how he was the one that came down with that, but
because he's a tough dude, that's how.
Miller out to McConnell for three. Money! $14 in the second half for Hudson McConnell, up to 18 in the game.
And just like that, a 2-point lead grows to 8 on a couple of threes. And that's how you create some separation of those 3-point shots and some good defense on the other end also.
And the pep band, perfect time for Take On Me.
Can't beat a little aha.
Although it has been remade a few times, so these kids probably don't know it as aha.
We could start singing, but we better not.
I was just going to let people jam out with them.
Yeah, Hudson McConnell is having a hard time just finding a shot in the first half. He's got 6 field goals here in the second half. He's got 3 threes on the night. And
probably a two-part thing, though. One, they've done a better job of setting up some plays for him, and also Calvin Frey getting in foul trouble has definitely changed that, because Frey was doing a fantastic job defensively, and
without a doubt,
the risk of getting that 5th foul is probably too much to bear to put him back on him.
Without a doubt. And there's been some plays called from the bench that have benefited Hudson McConnell as well.
And he's hit every one of those open
ones.
Yes, he has. Goes a long way when you make them.
Now they just need to get stops.
Glaive out top. Looking to drive on Simonson. Gets underneath. Back out to Norton. Off his shins. Simonson picks up the loose ball.
Nice job by Simonson and Falsgraf with the double team down on the baseline. Forced the bad pass.
Miller to Simmons. Over to Simonson. Now McConnell. Into the paint to Falsgraf. Cross court. Simonson thought about the 3. Now goes to the baseline. Back out to Falsgraf. McConnell picks up the loose ball.
Hudson saved it.
7 seconds now. I don't know if we're Cole's usually aware of that. Shot up for 3. Cole Miller, no good. From our angle, it looked like it was going to be something. Got the shot off. Frey with the ball. McConnell guarding him. Glaive setting a screen. Pull up. Gets it back over to Glaive. Working on Simonson.
Might have
Norton for
steps.
3. Norton shot no good. Miller, loose ball tracked down by Simmons.
Yep. Miller and Simmons, the smallest guys on the court, are the ones getting their hands on it and securing a possession. Now you just got to take care of the ball. No turnovers.
Simonson into Falsgraf. Falsgraf turn
Nice
left hand
move.
up and good.
That's a kid that's put some work in over the summer. You can just tell.
Frey with the float. Miller bringing it up court. Under 4 minutes now. Simonson. Out to Simmons.
Just don't want to go too early in the shot clock.
McConnell gets, we're going to say,
It ran right through another Simmons screen.
So Osterhaus with the foul. You get a replay of that left-hand shot from Falsgraf. Osterhaus' second foul as he ran through that screen. Glaive going to go to the bench. Van Zandt in. Double team in the paint there. Van Zandt's just kind of hanging out. Simonson up with the shot. No good. Norton gets the rebound.
Yeah, maybe just a little early there from Jersey. Had a lot of shot clock to work with. Late game.
Frey and 1.
Yeah, and 4 fouls on Hudson. Bad turn of events there for the Blue Jays. 23 now on the night for Frey. Really nice player. I think I would, and we have really make him shoot the outside shot because he's really good on the drive game.
Simonson gets that rebound. He was just under 12 points a game last year, so it's safe to say he put in a fair amount of time in the offseason as well. Miller to
nice
Simonson
find.
With the finish.
Nice find.
And they called the foul on Norton. That's going to be just his first. How's a post player get all the way to the fourth quarter with only with no fouls until there?
Jersey would like to know that.
So would Drake. Simonson, 3-point play.
Leads up to 9. So
I think that's more than 9, isn't it? That's 11. Yeah. For Jersey.
Lead is up to 9.
Lead is up to 9.
Yeah. I was going to say, hey, you're an accountant, and my math skills aren't fantastic as an old social studies teacher, but that's a 9-point lead if I've ever seen one. So I'm glad that was a misunderstanding.
Yeah. Jersey's up to 11 points.
Yes.
And really not a lot of action as he didn't play at all in the second quarter.
Yeah, no, great contribution from him. 7 points here in the second half. He had the first 2 baskets of the game for the Blue Jays. He just seems like he's more locked in, more engaged tonight than he was Tuesday night. And that all kind of comes down to who's guarding you and what your role in the game is. He didn't play poorly the other night by any means, but just seems really involved tonight.
Also up to 4 players in double figures. Pfaltzgraff with 11, McConnell with 18, and Miller with 13.
Yeah, really, both the post guys have risen to the challenge against the two big post players. They've outscored them, maybe not out-rebounded them, but they've held their own and really provided some added offensive punch that we really didn't see from anybody else on Tuesday night.
Van Zant, Frey, Osterhaus, Norton, and Guthrie on the court for the Wildcats. For the Blue Jays, starting lineup with Miller, Simonson, Simmons, Pfaltzgraff, and McConnell. Frey blocked by Miller. Not sure that pass was going to result in it anyway, but Frey's been athletic enough that's possible.
Oh, boy, I'm glad Max Simmons. He just made a really good choice there, not pulling. More often than not, that's a three-point shot you want him to take. Scoring situation, though.
Use up some of that shot clock. We're under 20 now. A little weave action.
Yep, and you're under 2.5 minutes to go in the game, too.
Cool. Simonson picks it back up. Now Simmons for 3. Good!
That's a dagger right there.
Makes the smart choice, gets the ball back a little bit later for the same result.
That was good karma for Max Simmons because he had a really good possession, took care of the ball, didn't force up a bad shot, made the shot that he had to.
Frey shot up, no good. Norton able to get that rebound. Simonson reaches in, knocks it away, and we're going to get a jump ball because of Jersey's hustle. Nice little replay here for Simmons in the corner. Ooh, right in front of the student section. Always more fun that way.
It is. What's not to like about that?
Blue Jay ball after the jump, 2:04 on the clock.
Again, you want to continue to have these patient possessions, work that clock. If you don't get a shot, you don't get a shot. But
if you use 35 seconds, it's not as big a deal.
Yep. Don't let them score off of a turnover and a run out.
I feel like this is a good opportunity to remind that there's no 5-second count while dribbling. Miller pulls it back out again. Simonson now into the paint. Right hand up with the finish. Jersey Simonson. Osterhaus now trying to drive on Simmons. And they're going to call the foul on Simmons.
It's going to put Carlisle to the free throw line.
Replay here of Jersey drive with the right-hand bucket. These replays are getting a little more seamless, not for them doing it, but for me noticing that they're doing it. Osterhaus, free throw up and good for number 1.
Quick timeout for Coach Evans. Just wants to get his team reset, remind him scoring situation. No foul, no unnecessary fouls. Take care of the basketball, work the shot clock. You probably want layups unless it's late in the clock.
We will have a Vision Bank player of the game after this. Several people putting up the opportunities here.
It's always good. It's always a good problem to have when you have a lot of candidates. And I think, you look at Jersey Simonson, Drake Falsgraf, Hudson, Cole. They've all provided some things. There's guys have given some great contributions off the bench tonight. Ryder Miller, I like the minutes that he gave. Mm-hmm. That was a free throw violation on Glaive there.
Simonson gets the rebound, so we don't need to go back to that one.
And this is
good communication there. Simmons back to Miller. Miller now drives, finds Falsgraf for the bucket.
That no 5-second call is going to be a big advantage to the Blue Jays with a point guard like Cole Miller, a guy that can make free throws, who can find the open man if he's double teamed, and can make things happen late in the clock.
Defense tipped that ball away. Foul on Guthrie, his third.
Nothing nonchalant with your passes here.
Miller ahead to Simonson.
Almost had the 10-second violation.
Simonson back out top to McConnell now. About 10 seconds difference between play clock and shot clock. 2 players with 4 fouls right there at the top. Frey not quite ready to give up on it. And they're going to foul out Frey on that reach. CJ Hall going to come back in. Kelvin Frey to the bench.
Nice game by that
23?
young man. Yeah, 23. Got that early third foul, then a fourth, and just kind of took him out of the game in the second half.
McConnell free throw up and good. His 19th point of the game. Second free throw up and good as well to get him to 20. The shot clock is off. Osterhaus driving to the rim, and Blue Jays are not willing to let that one go.
Boy, this was a 3-point game at the end of the third quarter, and the Blue Jays just grabbed it and took control.
Osterhaus makes the free throw, and the Blue Jays are going to make some wholesale changes here. Coming in, number 42, Ryder Miller. Number 22, Jasper Wilson. Number 24, Brett McDowell. Number 3, Boone Albright. And number 23, Jake Trusty. Osterhaus' second free throw is good. It gives him 18. I think they missed a three-pointer in the first half for him. And Blue Jays are going to dribble out the clock to get victory 65-50 over rival Carlisle Wildcats.
Really nice win. Good way to send yourself into the weekend. You got, like I said, you got a chance to go out and get a pizza now. Maybe some ice cream.
I do like pizza.
And treat yourself there. Good overall performance again for the 5 starters into double figures. I don't know. I've been picking all these players for the Vision Bank player.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta defer to you.
I just
that role selfish.
Well, you got the four players in double figures. Hudson McConnell led with 20, and then it looks like 13 apiece from Jersey Simonson, Drake Falsgraf, and Cole Miller. So very, very equal scoring there. The argument you could give it to McConnell and Miller pretty much every night. I want to go a different way. Simonson 13 and what they got 13 and 4 rebounds. Falsgraf 13 and 5. Boy, It's a tough one between those two. They both played key roles, but I think tonight I want to give it to Jersey because when he was in there, he started us off really well, and he finished really well. Nothing against what Drake did because he was consistent throughout, but Jersey, it was a little bit different from what we've seen from him too.
And we talked about right at the start of the half that sometimes it's hard for a guy who's sat on the bench for most of the game to come in, stay in the game mentally as well as come out and perform physically. So I couldn't agree with you more. That's who I would have gone with too. So we've got a consensus, and I think that's a great
Jersey
pick.
Simonson, Vision Bank Player of the Game. Vision Bank, see what we can do for you tonight for the boys basketball action. Jersey and the Blue Jays come away with a victory, and we'll leave you with that tonight. Drive safe, and stay warm. Good night. Go Blue Jays.
Go Blue Jays.